Betty Driver is in the studios with us, and good morning, Betty.
Good morning.
You've got an exciting event that's coming up. You've been planning these for a little while now, but the 16th Singing for Scholarships, Music Through the Decades is going to be happening Saturday, November the 2nd. Wow, it sounds exciting.
It is. It's getting closer every day.
And what's special about this one that may be a little different from the previous ones?
Well, we have never had a jazz band, so we wanted to go back through music of the decades. So when you think about the 20s and the 30s and the 40s, you think of big band, jazz band. So I talked to Dr. Sarah Herbert in Bowling Green.
Wonderful.
And she said an okay. So we started. She has been so nice, and we have worked it out. I mean, we've emailed. We haven't even talked, but we worked everything out that they wanted to do, and I'm just so excited about getting to meet her. And she will be bringing 16 or 20 of her jazz player. She has a keyboard player also. She has a guitar player and drums to go along with all the jazz instruments. And it will be, she's picked out some really good songs that will, one of them I'll give a hint, starting out is the Charleston.
Oh, that'll be fun. You'll have people getting up and dancing.
Yes, probably so.
There you go. They'll have to be careful on the aisles of the plaza, but there may be some that will attempt it down there.
Yeah, they do at the front. Some of them do dance at the front.
That will be pretty cool, and going from the Roaring '20s all the way up through each decade is just a pretty cool theme, I think.
And I'll tell you one other thing. The Andrews sisters will be there. There's 3 of them. I'll tell you, one of the names is Tamra Cameron. Everybody knows Tamra. And they've even got the dresses and the hats to go with it. And they'll be paying a tribute to the Andrews sisters.
Oh, they were so big in the 1940s. That's going to be a thrill to see them do that.
That will be one of the 40s, yes.
That will be pretty cool. And then you have music from the 50s, the rock and roll era, I believe, is going to be featured.
Yes, on that, Glasgow Scottish Singers, they did a production of Grease last year, or maybe early this March, and they are going to do maybe 2 solos and one group from that era. They're going to pay tribute to the greasy hair, the greasy food, and everything like that was from that movie, and that will be fun.
That will be a lot of fun, and I see that there's going to be music featured by Elvis, Michael Jackson tribute, all kinds of things like that.
Yes, we do.
So that will be pretty cool. The No Deposit Band is going to be a big part of this show, I believe.
They are. They will start. WKU will finish up with 2 songs in the 60s, so no deposit. What we do, we have in each decades, we have a couple performers that will start out in the decades. Then No Deposit Band will finish each decade playing a few of their most popular songs from each decade.
Well, that is just going to be fantastic. Jackie Hagan does a fantastic job with that.
He's been wonderful to work with. I just can't say the best about him. And Dr. Herbert.
Oh, yes, definitely.
They're both great.
You're going to do a great job there. And they were recently, the No Deposit Band was recently recognized as the hometown hero.
They were.
On WBKO for their community service. That's great.
Yes, he reaches out and does a lot of good for people in his mother's name.
He does indeed. Well, let's talk a little about what this scholarship is for. Of course, it's been going for a few years now. The Bobby Driver Memorial Scholarship Fund started in 2006, am I right?
Yes. We wanted to do something, of course, with my son, Brian, being an attorney, he knew how to design all the legal aspects of it. And we started out, we wrote a letter, what we wanted to do to my family, friends, and got money for the first scholarship. Then Peggy Greer was a graduate of Bobby's at Temple Hill, and she said, "Well, why don't we do a singing to raise money. So we did. They helped us for about 3 years. Bobby's class from Temple Hill that he graduated with. So that's kind of how it got started. I never did think it would go this long, or we would be able to be so successful. But because of the community, the performers, the band, and it's just been wonderful.
It has been, and this is the 16th annual
16th
event.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just great.
We did a cookbook one year.
Oh, cool.
And we sold 576 cookbooks. And it was a 3-ring binder. And Bethany Matthews, everybody knows Bethany, is from TJ. She designed our cookbook, and it was a hard copy 3-ring. And I sold ads for the cookbook, and we made $7,000. So that got it started off good too. Our scholarship.
That's great. I'm sure a lot of folks in our community still have a memory of Bobby as a teacher and a coach. He was very influential. Taught history. He and I have something in common there.
You do.
And he was a coach in Barron County, Glasgow City Schools, Allen County, I think, at one time.
Yes.
And he was just very inspiring to a lot of folks. So we are glad to help you publicize this event and see the scholarship continuing to go and grow.
Thank you.
And that is just great.
And thank my sponsors without my sponsors, and I will be posting those on Facebook.
Okay.
Maybe this week, but they have just been year after year. They just support us, and you know who you are, and it's too many to say today. But thank you all for sponsoring this.
Well, it's going to be exciting. The Music Through the Decades is going to be happening at the Plaza November 2nd. That's Saturday night, November 2nd. The show at 7, the doors will open at 6, and tickets are $18. Now, if there is a group of 10 or more, they can order tickets for $15 each. And there's a promo code, Bobby, that they need to use for that. But that's a pretty good incentive there for a lot of folks to get together. And it's always fun to go to events with a big group, and that will be great.
It is.
And you've got a lot of local talent. I know you mentioned Tambra Cameron. Will be part of this. Depp Alexander, Audrey Crane, Lorraine Elliman, Judy Kingery. Is it Judy Kingery or Jude Kingery? Jude. I'm sorry. I looked at that wrong and said
he
the
will be
wrong
doing
thing.
2 songs from the Eagles.
Oh, that'll be fun. Haley Bigger-Smith will be involved.
Yes, she's going to do 4 different songs.
Todd Woodward is a very talented individual for our community.
He will be on the piano, and if you know Todd, it will be perfect.
And Melanie Watson is going to be involved. And she is also someone very instrumental.
She's going to be one of the Andrews sisters.
Oh, that will be cool. So I'm excited about that. I got to go to the World War II Museum Conference Center for a week a few years ago, and there were ladies that portrayed the Andrews sisters there. So I'm excited to see this again. That'll be fun.
They have the dresses and the little hats just like the Andrews. They've ordered those, so that will be cute.
That will be great. It's going to be a very high energy concert, and it's going to be full of music. We're going to be excited to be there.
Yes.
Betty Driver, thank you for stopping by and telling us about this. And we'll look forward to Saturday, November the 2nd for the Bobby Driver Memorial Scholarship Fund presenting Music Through the Decades.